morning and welcome to Live with Joy. Welcome to another one of our workouts. I'm going to give it a few moments for everybody to come onto that post, and we're going to talk about what we're doing today. And as we're waiting, let's just remind ourselves of what we are kind of doing this week, which is working on mobility of those joints along with that strength or whatever workout that we're doing. So what I've been trying to do is, of course, on Monday we had a nice little full body mix, and now we've been working on mobility as we have been progressing through the week. And we are starting our workouts with some active mobility, getting those joints moving, blood flowing through them, trying to work on getting that functional movement through those joints. And then we're going to work on our strength of the joints that we are focusing on today, and then we're going to be heading into some static stretching at the end. And today we are going to have one of those static stretches where we will have a little bit of active movement through it as well. So what we are doing today in this class is we are going to be working on chest and spine mobility and strength. So we're going to be working on the mobility of the chest, mobility of the spine, and then we're going to work on the muscles that are strengthen up those areas as well. So strengthen up the spine, strengthen up that chest. So we'll have some chest work today, we'll have some back work today, lower, upper, lats, mid-back, just a lot of different work for those back muscles, and also that core, meaning the abs, lower back, obliques, in order to stabilize that spine, okay? So we've got that mobility work and we've got that strengthening work. We are going to do this all from the floor, so you're going to need to have your mat. You're going to also want to have some dumbbells that you feel comfortable working with for chest and back, which are some stronger muscles, so if you want to go heavier for those exercises, you can. There'll be exercises with and without weights where we will utilize the weights, and we'll also utilize our own body weight to do the exercises that we're doing today. We will start with a little bit of a warm-up just to get the internal core warm and the body warm and the joints moving before we hit the floor for our active mobility work, okay? Shoulders down, retract back. Let's heel across, nice and easy. Open up that chest. Nice, easy movement. Keep it here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take 2 side step. Touch. Keep it here. 8 more, let's go 8, then we'll tap it back. Last 4, 3, 2, tap it back and push forward. Last 8 and we're back to the side. Last 4, 3, 2, back to the side, press. 8 more, last 8. 4, 3, 2, heel to the front, 4, 8. Push forward, last 4, 3, 2, take it side for 8. 6, 4, 3, 2, tap it back and push. 4, 3, 2, back to the side for 8. 4, 3, 2, take it front, forward. Take it side, take it back and push. Back to the side. Take it front for 2, to the side, for 2, to the back, for 2, to the side, and front, 2, and side, and back, and side. Let's march it out, right and left. Keep marching, roll those shoulders back, roll. Roll, 2 more times. Take those legs out wide and hold, hands on those thighs. And hinge forward with a flat back. Let's hold and roll it up halfway. Stretch that spine. Take that flat back down and roll it all the way up. Allow that head to come up last and roll those shoulders back. All right, let's start to come down to that floor. I'm going to show you your 2 mobility moves that we're going to start with. All right, so first one we're going to do is chest openers, also known as an open book. We're going to take the legs out to the side. Arms are going to be out to the side from shoulder position, palms up. We're going to look at the hand that is away from those knees, and we're going to follow that hand to come over to the other one and open up. And we're going to really get that nice lengthening of those arms and follow that hand with our eyes. So we're working through the chest and the spine as we twist. Second exercise, I'll give you an option here. If you need to, this is option number 1. We're going to do our regular cat-cow from all 4s. Now, if you can, we'll do a lumbar cat-cow where our head is on the floor, hands wrapped around the head, elbows in, and we'll do our cat-cow from here. All right, so that is option number 2. Let's take it onto that back first. Bend those knees, take those arms out to the side, and let's take those knees over to the left side. Look at that right hand and start to follow that right hand over to the other one and open it up. We got 30 seconds on the clock right here as you open and close and follow that hand for that nice open book. Lengthen out that arm and really think about moving and opening. You want to keep those legs down to the floor. You want to keep that opposite arm pressed down to the floor as well as you open and close. And we'll change these openers every set. So we'll open to the other side on that next set. Get that last one in. And we're going to roll ourselves over into our cat-cow. So either from here or that head on the ground, hands wrapped around the head, elbows in, and cat-cow from here. Really arching and rounding that back as you keep that head on the floor, or you do it from that tabletop position. And this is your spine mobility right here. Good, really open up that vertebrae and move through that spine. And release, come on up, rotating back onto that back. Feet flat, knees bent, arms out to the side. We're now gonna lower our legs to our right side. Look at that left hand and follow that left hand over to the right. Open up and follow it back. Really get those nice big openers. Now remember, we have 2 circuits of active mobility and then 4 circuits of strength. And then our last circuit is our static holding. And again, we will have a little active movement in one of those static holds at the end for that stretch. Good, get that last one in, and then we want to roll ourselves over. Once again, from all 4s, we're placing that head on the ground, top of the head, interlock those fingers, and from here, get that nice spine movement. Cat-cow rounding, and then arching down, really opening up in that spine. Getting that last one in, rotating back over, feet flat, knees bent, arms out to the side. Once again, taking the knees over to the left side, looking at that right hand, and now following that right hand, really lengthening as we open, reaching out and away from that body, rotating through that spine, and opening up through that chest. And once again, these mobility movements are going to make you hopefully stronger in your strength moves when we get to it. So really, really focus on each one of these movements and really lengthen and work that mobility. Come on up.
And once again, either on fours for that cat-cow, or taking the top of the head to the floor, wrapping the hands around it, tucking the elbows in, and working that spine movement from here. Really get that nice pelvic tilt as you arch, as you round your back. As you round, you want to get that nice pelvic tilt in at the end. All right, one more time here for that open boat. Take those knees off to the right side. Look at that left hand. Follow that left hand all the way over to the right. Really lengthening out as you rotate both out and as you rotate in. Really extending and straightening out that arm and reaching and lengthening away from that body. Good, find your breath through that movement. Really extend and lengthen through it. And rotate over for our last lumbar cat-cow or regular cat-cow. Right here on all fours. Otherwise, head on the floor. Wrap the hands around it. Tuck the elbows in. And get your cat-cow in from this position. Good. Find that pelvic tilt as you round that spine up. And get that last one in. Nice and easy. Relax for a moment. Resetting that clock. All right, our next mobility move, 2 moves. Okay, going to be a little bit more active, a little bit more strenuous. We're going to come down onto our belly. We're going to be lifting our legs up, and we're going to take those arms with the palms down in front of us in our Superman position. From here, we're going to do throne angel. So we're going to circle our arms, palms up to the ceiling, circle the arms, palms down to the floor. Okay, find whatever movement works for you. If you need a rest at any point, rest down on your hands, or head on your hands, and relax, okay? From here, we're going to take our feet together and our knees apart, and we're going to come into our child's pose. Now, a couple options here. If you just want to work through this movement here, you can, all right? But with me, if we do spinal waves, it's going to look like this. As we come up, our feet come up. We have our chin tucked in, and we arch our spine, and then from here, start to look up, and then from here, tuck our chin in, round our spine back into that child's pose position, okay? But again, if it's too much to go through that full movement, just focus on right here, and then set it back and into that child's pose, okay? So we're gonna start all the way down onto that ground, sliding those arms out, lifting everything up, and working through those angel arms right here in that position. Go, really think about engaging that lower back and moving through those shoulders, that chest holding you up and open, rotating right here, keeping those legs up if you can, and really having a strong back. You're balancing on your belly as you rotate through those arms. Wherever you can go, even if it's right here and back and you can't go all the way, that is fine. Find where you can go and then try to increase that mobility as you can. Feet together, knees apart, child's pose position. Now remember, you can just work on being right here, or all the way through that move, we come up with the feet, arch our back, our chin's tucked in when we're here, and then we start to look up to that ceiling, tuck that chin back in, and then start to round one vertebrae at a time, back and into that child's pose position. Lift up, feet come off the ground, we start to arch that back, chin is still tucked in, look up and really take your time with these, thinking about each one of those movements. You're not going to do that many of them. All right, all the way down on that belly, right here, getting ready to lift the legs, extend the arms, balance on that belly, and circle those arms right here. Good, working that mobility right here, through the back, through the chest, through the shoulders. Good. Open up that chest. That's going to give you more mobility in this move. And relax. Come on up. Feet together, knees apart, coming into that child's pose position. And remember, just taking that move from here to back, or that full move into that arch position, chin tucked in. From here, we look up, and then we start to gently bring that chin back to the chest. Once it's there, we round that spine all the way down into that child's pose position. And then come back up right here and start to feel that spine all the way up and through that neck. And last one, good. Coming all the way down onto that belly, getting ready to set yourself up into that Superman right here. And give me those angel arms as you balance on that belly. Good. Find that active mobility that you have. Again, you don't have to have as big of circles as I do. Go where you can go. Find your movement, and you're going to try to increase it from what movement you have. Good, getting in that last one. Good, come to your side with those arms. Press yourself up, knees together, feet are together. And find the movement that feels comfortable in those spinal waves right here, all the way into that arch chin tuck in. From here, looking up. And then from here, looking back down to tuck that chin in, rounding that spine one vertebrae at a time, and into your child's pose position. Good. Find that comfortable pace of that movement. Take more time if you want it, less time if you want. And one more set right here, lower down. Get ready to come up into that Superman. Lift everything up, activate that lower back, and move right here through those arms. Find your breath to help you come through. Make sure that you are not just holding your breath here. You've got to move with your breath. And from here, come on up one more set. Right here, separate the knees, feet together, sit back into that child's pose, and then come on up, tuck that chin in, arch, and then look up, and then start to round down, tucking that chin in. Once that chin is tucked in, you can round through that spine. Good, finish it up, and now we're gonna get into our strength work right here, resetting that clock, and watch me, this is where the strong muscle work comes in. I'm gonna grab some 10 pounds for chest and for back. Watch the first two moves. We're gonna come onto that floor and go into a rotating chest press. All right, then we're gonna come down, and we're gonna use one of those weights right in the center of our hands, either staying in tabletop, to alternate a row. You want to get stronger into this? Yes, we're going to go into that alternating dumbbell renegade row. All right, and really get that back muscle working. All right, so we're going to start with that rotating chest press, get in position, focusing on that chest, and then focusing on that back, right one after the other. In 3, 2, and go. You'll have 10 seconds to get yourself in position in between those movements. Okay, right here you're on the clock for that chest press. So you're gonna have time in between to get yourself set up. Good, use that nice strong chest. Good, get that last one in. When the arms are close to the body, lower down one at a time. And then make your way up. And once again, that weight right in the center of that chest, staying on all fours to grab and pull, and then alternate to the other side. And if you want to get stronger and really get that core working, right here in that plank position as you alternate that pull. Good, now we're going back for that chest press. So if you notice, we are working a pushing movement right here with that chest, and then a pulling movement right after. So we've got a little push-pull action going in this circuit. Good, one more time, finish it up, lower down, get those weights down one at a time, and then get your one weight centered in between that chest, either on all fours or stepping up and into that plank position for that pull, that strong roll to that back right here. Good, with how nice and steady I am on that pull. Whether those knees are down or up, I'm not trying to rock through the movement or lift my body up too much. I really want to try to stay steady in that move. Let's go for set number 3 right here. In position, get set, rotate, and press it up. Good, nice and easy, lower down, one at a time. Make your way up, center that weight right underneath that chest. All fours, or stepping back into that strong plank and getting that nice alternating row. Good, breathe through it. Oxygen in. Good, one more set. Good, get yourself in position. And right from here, rotate and press. Final set of each right here. Moving on to our next 2 strength exercises. Good, nice and easy, lower down, one weight at a time. Come on up, find the center of that chest, put that weight, staying on all fours or stepping it back in position and alternate that pull right here. You guys stay right there. I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna say hello and I'm gonna get ready for that next circuit. You guys hang in there, get that row, alternate that weight, you got this. Nice and strong, remember we're working that chest, mobility and strength, that spine, mobility and strength today. 10 more seconds. Good, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Okay, we're resetting, guys. And what we are gonna do next, no weights, okay, for that, your own body weight. We're gonna lower back down on that belly, where we work for mobility, but we're gonna think nice strong back strength here, getting the legs up once again. Arms are gonna be at your side, we're gonna lift them up. And from here, we're doing some W reaches. So I want you to think here, open the chest, squeeze the back, reach forward and pull back. You're gonna work through that lower back, you're gonna work through that upper back, and you're gonna open up that chest to keep those arms up, okay? Next exercise, let me give you a few different options here. Okay, right here, with both feet on that floor, knees bent, you're gonna roll back to wherever you feel comfortable and come back up. Now, if you can go down all the way, that's where I want you, and then come on up. Okay, option 3, getting one leg up to do that, okay? And if you want to make it even harder, the arms are gonna stay up here as you come down with that one leg up. All right, gonna make it even harder, so we're really thinking about that core and that spine rolling down and back up. But if you can't come down all the way down, remember, you're gonna just come right there. Find that move, find that activation, pull yourself back up, okay? Get set for those W reaches on your belly in 3, 2, and go. All right, so we're down on the floor. Our legs are up if you can, really activating that lower back. And now activate that upper back by really getting those elbows up, opening up that chest, and reaching forward and pulling back. Super active back right here, all the way up through those deep inner back muscles. Keep breathing through it. Good, getting that last one in and rotate over. All right, so we're gonna have our feet flat. We are sitting up, thumbs up, okay? If you wanna make it harder, let's take that right leg up, even harder, the arms start here. And we lower down if we can, but again, you don't have to come all the way down. Look at how slow I'm going, and if I wanna make it harder, my arms stop right in front of my chest. Good, and I've got one leg extended to make it harder, but of course you don't have to be there. You can have both feet on that floor. Pick a variation that works for you. Really thinking about rolling that spine down one at a time, imprinting onto that mat. Let's roll it over. All the way down on that belly, getting ready to lift the legs up. Lift the hands up, really activate those back muscles. Reach forward and pull back. Look straight down at that floor the entire time right here. Good, we're gonna get that last one in, pull back, and lower right here. So you can start from this position, arms can come up, leg can come up, you decide where you wanna be, but if you're coming all the way down, really imprint that spine all the way until the shoulders touch, and then start to come up, starting with those shoulders, into that upper back, mid back, low back. So right here it's low to mid, upper back and the shoulders, and then to the neck and head. Right here, and we imprint back up the same way. We come down nice and controlled. And rotate over, set number 3 right here. Belly down, get ready to lift everything up and balance on that belly. Right here, look straight at that floor, and reach forward and pull back. Keep everything super strong and in a solid position as you move through those arms. We're building that nice strong foundation right here. A lot of core strength and work, not just from the front, but the back. Right here, 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 or again, we can go back to getting that right leg up and lowering down that spine, one vertebrae at a time from here. And then lift it back up the same way, nice and strong. Total control through this movement, especially if you're coming all the way down. You gotta put it into slow motion. Let's rotate over one more set right here. Get ready, lift everything up, hover, and balance on that belly. Look straight down at that floor. Open up that chest right here by squeezing those back muscles super tight. Stretching and opening up that chest. And rotate over. Once again, starting up here and just leaning back a little bit. Arms here, arms up. And again, if you're going stronger with that leg up, right here, and slow and controlled, imprinting that spine into the floor. Really think about that movement and control it. Come on up, and lift right back up the same way, one vertebrae at a time. And get nice and tall. And finish it up and relax. Awesome. Resetting, going into our next strengthening exercises. We're going to go back to that chest, and we're going to also work our push-ups, which is going to be our really full upper body movement. You'll get the back, you'll get the chest, you'll get so many other muscles incorporated in that move as well. All right, so we're going to start on our back with our weights, and we're going for chest flies this time. So we're opening and closing with that slight bend in the knees, and then we're going to lower down and rotate over. We can stay on our knees or go on our toes. Bring that chest to the floor and press it back up from there. Now, once again, you've got the option for that isometric push-up, which I tell you to stay on the floor. You can extend your legs or keep them bent, and you're just gonna push those hands and hover that chest and stay right there for 30 seconds. You can release it whenever you want to. Push and hover your chest. And then you don't have to press all the way up, but you're still gonna activate all of those muscles without having to get up. And as you get stronger, you'll be able to start pressing yourself up. All right, so let's work on those chest flies. Get down onto your back, get set in position to open and close in 3, 2, and go. You are on that clock for those chest flies right here, palms facing each other. Slight bend in the elbows, opening where you feel comfortable, and then closing back up using those strong chest muscles right here. Get that last one in, nice and easy. We lower those weights down one at a time. Rotate over, and we're gonna work on those push-ups. Once again, isometric from the floor if you need to. From the top all the way down to that floor and pushing yourself all the way up. Position your hands where you feel strongest in this position to press yourself back up. You want them to be somewhere in line with that chest as you press up and down. Make sure they're not too far in front of you or too far behind you. Really kind of lines up with that chest somewhere, and then pressing yourself up from that position. Good, get that last one in, and we're gonna rotate over and back to that chest fly. Slight bend in those elbows, and open and close. Nice and easy, get set. Once again, as you come down, make sure you're somewhere in line with that chest and press yourself up from there. From the strongest position you feel, you can. Keep that body in a nice straight line from the head all the way down through those hips. Make sure you're not tucking that chin in and taking that neck out of its alignment. Good, and back to that chest fly, set number 3. 2 more sets to go. I'm sure you're feeling that chest working and fatiguing right now. Open it up, press it back in. Keep those elbows slightly bent. Really work through that movement right here. Find your range. Go only where you feel comfortable and confident, squeezing those weights back up using that chest. All right, back to those push-ups, guys. Nice and controlled. We're not working with intensity today. We're working with complete control through that strength. So really find your movement with control. Keep it slower so you really have to think about the muscles that are working. And you're really thinking about that movement that's happening, the joints that are moving through that movement to happen, and press yourself back up. Or again, just work that isometric hold where you hover and relax the chest back to the floor, or you can hover and hold the entire time, keeping it completely activated. And let's go. One more final set of each chest fly and that push up. Finish it up right here. And we got our final circuit of strength coming up. And we'll finish with some stretches. Good, find your range, find your pace. Last and final one, nice and easy, come on down. Take those weights off to the side. We'll do that one more set of push-ups, so let's finish that out right here in position on your knees, on your toes, or chest all the way to the ground, just hovering it over in that isometric holding position. You decide where you want to be. Continue to finish that up right there for your final set. You are coming on your last 10 seconds. Finish it out right here. Good, last 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, guys. All right, your final strength moves here. We're gonna take the focus back to the lower back and the center, okay, and also the obliques here. So we're gonna come into our tabletop on all fours, and we're gonna work our bird dog extension. You guys know this one, we've done this plenty of times. Flex the foot, thumb is up, separate the fingers, hold in balance for a moment, and alternate over to the other side. You wanna feel that complete steadiness, so really think about that core concentration and activation. Right here, we're gonna come in the same position we were before. We're gonna come into a half roll down, so wherever you can hold, and we're gonna take those arms to one side, lift, over to the other side, so it's almost like a little half circle over those knees, and really think about this rotation through the spine, using those obliques and those abs all at the same time. All right, that's your last 2 strength moves. Let's get in position onto all fours. Get set for that extension in 3, 2, and go right here. Once again, extend, flex the foot, thumb up, separate the fingers, balance for a moment, and then take it to the other side. Really try to get that balance and see how steady you can actually hold that extension. And really extend and lengthen out in opposite directions of the body, getting that arm and leg as straight as you possibly can. Opening up all the way through the shoulders, right through that chest, that hip, all the way through that spine. And let's rotate over and then take it into that seated position. You can take the legs further away to make it easier. Thumbs are up. We're going to slide down into that half roll wherever we feel we can maintain it. Come on down, bring those fingers towards the floor, that outside pinky finger, and bring it up and rotate to the other side. So really think about this. Open up that chest. Make sure you're not rounded forward. So you've got a nice open chest so those arms come up and over those legs. Think about that, hold and breathe. You're just lowering back to where you know you can maintain it. So you might need to be up higher and not as low. You decide on where that is for you. Rotate back over taking it into all fours. We want those wrists situated right underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Lengthen out the opposite arm and leg, thumb up, flexed foot, hold for a moment, balance, and pull it back in. Good. Think about how steady you can make this move. Try to feel super steady. You might have some shakiness if you're unbalanced or you don't have that core strength. That's okay, you'll get there. You got to keep working at it, and then you will achieve that steadiness, that stability, and that core strength that keeps you here. Good. Relax, and then rotate over to the other side. Once again, in this position, thumbs are up, arms are extended. We're lowering back until we feel that engagement, and from here, lift the arms up, take them over to one side, lift over the knees, and rotate to the other side. All the while, you're maintaining that kind of half roll up, where you're just somewhere that you can maintain that position and feel that engagement in your center. And we're breathing. Good, and we're gonna hit our set number 3 right here with that bird dog. Hands, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Really pull yourself up, extend and lengthen, flex the foot, separate the fingers, and take it over to the other side. Make sure you're not collapsing through those hands or collapsing through that chest. You really want to open yourself up, engage those back muscles, lift that chest up and away from that floor as much as possible. Long extended arms, even that one that is holding you steady. It is long and it is straight. And rotate over. Sit up, thumbs up. We're gonna lower back, and once again, taking those hands to one side, up and over to the other side, finding that kind of half circle movement here in that activated core position. Good. Both of those hands coming to one side of that body. And our final circuit right here on all fours, our final set in this circuit, rather. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath those hips, looking straight down, extending and lengthening out while you extend and lengthen your body away from that floor, engaging that center. Really thinking about that balance and stability that you have in that remaining hand and knee on that floor. Do not sink into that ground. Lift yourself up from it. Think about lifting and floating yourself up and away from that floor. Good. Get that last one in and rotate over for our final set right here. Thumbs up, fan the fingers out. Take it back to where you feel you've got that activation in that half roll up, but you can also manage that position and give you those little half circles over those knees from one side to the other. And find that breath, guys, find that breath. And relax, come on up. We are into our stretching portion of our circuit. So what we are going to do here, first exercise is going to be to find a comfortable spot in your child's pose. And then we're going to walk one hand out to the side. Let's make it our right. I'm going to take the left hand and try to take it right on top of that other hand. And really hold that position there, stretching all the way through that side. If you can't take that hand on top of that hand, it's okay, all right? Watch me. You guys can stay in your child's pose position regular. I'm going to show you your next move, which is going to be to come down right here, okay? And we're just going to hold this position. But again, I said we were going to do a little active movement. This is your stretch, your hold, but through this movement, I want you to get neck movement. Rather than holding the neck in one position, I want you to move through it by tucking it in, and looking up all the while that you're getting that little stretch through that spine. And then we come back here, so we kind of have that movement where we open it and then we kind of arch it, okay? So let's start down on our child's pose position. Take your right hand outside the mat, your left hand on top of the right, and we are there for 30 seconds. You're simply just holding right here. If you can get the hand on top, left hand on top of the right, that's where you want to be, and press yourself down and into the floor. And just stay right there. 30 seconds, but remember, we're holding, so we're just staying there. Just breathing through it, trying to get deeper and deeper into it. And walk back to the center. Come on up and down onto the forearms. And we're going to let those hips just settle into that floor. You're going to lift your chin up and tuck it in. And starting from here, just start to get that neck movement, looking up. And then looking down, but your body is staying in the same spot. It's just that neck movement. You want to open up the vertebrae in that neck. And then you want to look up. So we're working for that neck mobility here as you hold your spine stretch. Good, that last one in and press yourself up, starting in that child's pose position. Now take the left hand outside your mat, take your right hand, try to get that right hand on top of the left. If you can't get it on top, find somewhere next to it where you feel comfortable, and staying right here for 30 seconds, feeling that nice stretch through the right side of that body. Breathe through it. Keep inhaling and exhaling and trying to get deeper into that move. Right into that stretch, rather. Not necessarily that move, but that stretch. And walk it back to the center. Come on up, down onto those forearms. Let those hips settle down and into the floor. Lift the chin up, the chest up, tuck it in, and staying right here with that lifted chest from the floor. We are looking up, and then we are looking down. But make sure you keep that tucked in chin right here. That lifted chest, don't let that chest collapse down. I'm all the way pushed up as high as I can through my chest. With my forearm staying on the floor. Don't let that chest collapse down and into that ground. And press yourself back up. Sit back into that child's pose. Take the right hand outside of that mat. Take that left hand. We're trying to bring it on top of that right. And if you can, somewhere next to it, where you do feel comfortable. And just settle into that stretch and hold. Breathing through it, maybe trying to slide deeper into it. Reaching a little bit further. Sliding the hands out a little further from the body. And breathe. And walk it back to that center. Come on down and onto those forearms. Once again, lift the chest up, tuck the chin in, and this is where you start to look up to that ceiling, and then start to come down and look right into that chest, tucking in, and back up. Good, finish up that last one. Make your way up into your child's pose. And last time we're gonna stretch here. Take the left hand to the outside of that mat. See if you can take the right hand right on top of that left or somewhere to the side. And just hold it and breathe into it. Hold and breathe. Take your moment here. Finishing up, appreciate the movement that you're able to do today. Good, bring it to the center and coming down and onto the forearms. Let the hips drop to that floor. Lift that chest up, tuck that chin in, And start to get that movement as you hold that spine position right here. Good. Really open up that space in the neck as you tuck it in. Good. Work those muscles as you look up in the base of that neck as well. That head gets heavy and starts to fall forward. Come on up, sit back into child's pose. Stay here for just a moment in your just standard child's pose, and then start to come up onto all fours. Curl those toes under, and we're gonna walk our hands in towards the feet. Allow that bottom to come up, and roll yourself back up to that standing position, coming up and rolling those shoulders back right here. Good, taking it center, and just 2 deep breaths in. You guys are all done. Exhale out. You got those stretches in at the end. One more time. You got that cool down in and exhale. So you are all done right at the end of that circuit. Awesome job today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed your chest and spine mobility with that strength in there for the chest, the back, and the entire core all around. So once again, if you have enjoyed this workout, make sure that you save, share, or you come back to this page, click on videos, and it is all there for you to get that mobility work in and to open up that chest, to get that spine movement that is much needed in our daily lives, to strengthen up our backs, our core, and everything that goes along with it. So make sure that you do this once in a while, okay? Come back to it. Awesome job. Thank you so much for joining me today. We've got one more final day of the week, and that's going to be tomorrow at 9:30. I will be virtual, but I will also be on location at the JCC. So for anybody who would like to join me tomorrow, we are going to get our cardio in, but we're also going to continue to work some mobility work, and that mobility work is going to be in our ankles. So we'll start with that mobility work, and we'll do our cardio, and we'll finish with some stretching at the end. So I hope to see you tomorrow for our final day of that mobility work included, but also getting that heart rate up tomorrow to get our cardio in. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And you guys be safe. See you tomorrow. 9:30 is our start time. Bye-bye.